So we're going to talk tables now. Tables are data that is in little separate, they're like one big box with little separate boxes in between, little cells. Now, tabs are extremely important when you're doing tables. So I'm going to put a couple bits of information here, and all of this is absolutely nonsense. So I'm just making something look like what we might expect to see. And you have to have a tab stop, or the tab key, hit between the elements for this to automatically set up a table. So I'm just going to put some pricing over here. And I'm hitting the tab key and then typing in a price.
You already have your tabs out of
Maybe I have them out of Word, yeah. They don't have to line up pretty. That doesn't matter. Get rid of that extra return. So here I have common nail, then the tab key, then a percentage, a number for the percentage, then the tab key, then a number for a price. So that's how it's all going to lay out. In fact, I might even type in here nail type percentage of sales tab and then price. And this doesn't make any sense. Price. Okay. So that might be on top. All right. Let me make this type a little smaller so it'll fit within this box a little bit better. By the way, I'm holding down Shift, Command, and less than. So if you already have a text box and it's got type, you need to reduce it. I haven't shared this with you. Shift, Command, greater than, or Shift, Command, less than. That is a way that if you don't want to change the size of the box. So my box size was pretty well set. I have taught you Shift, Command, click, and drag, but I haven't really shared much with you the whole idea of Shift, Command, greater than, or lesser than. Okay, now you can automatically have this create a table out of this information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the type using the type tool. I go to table, and 2 items down I go to convert text to table. And it asks me, do you want the columns to be separated at tab, and do you want rows to be separated at the paragraph mark? So one is column separating at the tab mark, row separated at the paragraph mark. Sure. Majority of us, that's how we work. We hit OK, done, thanks, pay me. See that? How long would that have taken me if I didn't know how to do that? How long would it take you to put this together, folks? You'd be here a half hour or so, pulling lines, drawing boxes, align and type, telling us how bad your day sucks. But did you see I did it in a split second? As long as I have I've hit the tab key between these elements, and I select the type and go to table, convert to text to table, and I tell it to separate each cell at a tab and each row at a paragraph, bam, I'm done. I can center this text. If I wanted to, just click on it and center it. I can add more padding to these cells. Maybe you don't like how crowded it looks. If I select all this, I can go to table, and I'll go to table options or even cell options, and I'll go to, I don't know, text. Let's see if that's it. And, oh, there it is, cell inset. Let me hit the preview, and let me inset these a little bit more. Put more white space around them. Hit OK. OK, I'm done. Pay me now. Guys, it would take you probably, it'd take us an hour or so to do this. And without talking through the problem, I could finish it in 10 seconds. Which would you rather take? An hour or 10 seconds? It's a no-brainer. That's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? Now, when you hit tab and you're inside of a table, when you hit tab, it goes to the next bunch of stuff in the next cell. You can do tabs inside of tables. It gets really complicated, but you have to hold down Alt and then hit the tab key, and it will build a tab within there. So it's a little tricky. Most beginning users don't have to deal with that. But if you are creating tabs within a cell, you have to hold down Alt and then the tab key to tab something over. Okay. So if it was common, then you do Alt tab, Alt tab. Common is number 1. Box, Alt tab is number 2. Finish, Alt tab is number 3. Brad, Alt tab is number 4. These are not lining up because I haven't told it what this tab is supposed to be. So I could go to type and tabs. So there it is. And I can set a right tab in that tiny little box so they all line up. Woohoo! This is the kind of stuff that separates the men from the boys and the women from the girls. Little boys and little girls build this stuff and take a horrible amount of time doing it because our brains are underdeveloped and this hasn't been shared with us. I hate being a little girl sometimes when I'm dealing with this software. It makes me feel, I like being a woman and conquering this software. And you like being men and conquering this thing. I conquered it in just a few seconds. Did you guys appreciate tables? Some of you are like, I don't care, I'm not using them. One day you will need them and you will need this information. Oh, they were the bane of my existence when I first started working with them.
Yeah, good question.
These are great for sidebar information if you're doing something that has some statistics or something. If you need a little sidebar in your book, a sidebar is extra information that kind of relates to the body copy, but it's not part of the body copy. Sidebar information is great. I use this for some of that stuff. Okay, so do you have any questions about this? Okay, glad to share it with you. I'm stopping the recording.